Peace everybody, Sweet Science Boxing Academy, we back with another video. Alright man, so I think one of the biggest fights to make at 140 for Devin Haney is a fight against either Teofimo Lopez and Subriel Matias, which I'm calling the monster. He's gonna be nicknamed the monster to me. But I think that those are two big fights for Dev at 140. And the question is, can Dev beat those two guys? We all just seen Dev just put on a dominant performance against Regis Prograis last weekend when he dropped him in the third round and just put on a masterful clinic against him, winning all 12 rounds in my opinion. I don't think Regis won any round, and he showed that he can hurt you, that he got power. He still showed that he had speed, quickness, because he was still faster than Regis, although to be fair, Regis, he looked like he couldn't move for nothing. He looked like he had bricks in his feet. But Dev still showed elusiveness. But he also showed poise too. He wasn't moving around as much like how he used to. And I guess he figured now that he's bigger, and I'm assuming because he hurt Regis early on, he's like, you know what? I ain't gotta keep moving. I'm gonna try to, keep turning, stay in the pocket a little bit, move when I got to, just do what I gotta do. And it worked for him. It looked good. He possibly could have stopped him had he put more pressure on. So the thing is, can he do that to Tio or even Subriel? Now style make fights. So what Devin did with Regis don't necessarily mean that he'll do with Tio or Subriel. But I do believe that he will still try to impose the game plan, because he did it every single time he fight. You can take the Lomachenko fight, for example. Regardless of how many times Lomo start coming on to him in the later rounds and start trying to impose himself, Dev still never shied away from the game plan. He stayed controlled, he stayed in rhythm, and he stayed in the pocket, doing what he had to do. And the same thing with this Regis fight. It just looks so damn easy because Regis ain't really wasn't doing nothing. But truth be told, from the outside looking in, it looked like it was easy. But I'm sure Dev, he knew that fight wasn't easy at all. He just made it look easy because he stuck with the game plan. And with that being said, I think he'll do the same thing with them. Now, Subriel Matias, he's 20-1 with 20 KOs, and his only loss, he avenged that loss with a knockout. And he like to catch you in between shots, stalking you, hitting you with some nice clean blows. Like he really hit to get you out of there, which he, from what I heard, he did, end up getting a dude out of there in real life from a fight. So he really ain't no joke. Kind of like how Kovalev did back in the day. But like Floyd would say, he's just a one-trick pony. No, he's up and down, no real special effects. And although Subriel looked like a monster to everybody else, I think that fight with him and Dev will go totally different. I think it will be tough for Dev in the beginning rounds, but I think toward like the 6th to 7th round, Dev, he'll start catching Subriel rhythm and he'll be timing them. And then after that, he'll just be picking them apart, probably easing it out to a 12-round victory. But I think the fight between Dev and Tio will be a lot more competitive. Because Tio, he's what you call a boxer puncher, and he's real fast. He's fast on his feet, and he got fast twitch muscles. Y'all seen how he was reacting with Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. Anytime those guys blinked, Tio was moving and reacting and doing something. Not only that, but Tio, he's one of those fighters that only seem to get up when it's real big fights. What I mean by that is he fights to the level of his opponents. If he feel like the opponent is a level down, then he's going to fight to that level. Kind of like how he did with George Kambosos. He underestimated George Kambosos and he started fighting real lackluster. And that's how he got caught and got dropped. And it wasn't until the end he started picking it up. But by then, Kambosos had already collected enough points where he won the fight at the end. But every time the opponent is a name, is one of those fighters that's supposed to give Tio a tough fight, Tio always show up, i.e. Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. You can even say Richard Comey as well. If you're a good fighter then Teo, he's going to train and come into that fight knowing that you're a good fighter and he's going to be the best version of himself. He kind of remind me of the old school Mexican fighter Salvador Sanchez like that. Because Salvador Sanchez, he was one of those fighters who fight to the level of his opponents. Your best bet fighting Salvador was to be one of those bad fighters. Because if you came inside there and you had like a name, you was someone who was supposed to win. And Salvador was going to impose his will on you and get you out of there. His only real bad performances was when it was names where he was supposed to easily win. And that's kind of like how Tio is. But I think it'll be a good fight between Tio and Dev. I think those two style matchups will collide real well. And I think that's a 50-50 fight. I wouldn't be able to tell you who would honestly win in that fight right now. I would have to see the build up, see the training footages, see how he look before I can make a final prediction. Because right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Because T.O. last performance looked great against Josh Taylor. And then we just had a great performance against Devin Haney too. We always get a good performance with Subriel. So that's why I want to see these fights because these guys are the top of the crop, and I want to see who's the best. So only time will tell. But we just gonna have to wait and see. But that's all I got for now, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Drop y'all comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.